Timekeeper, are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Everywhere around us today we find sports, we find sports apparel, we find sports entertainment. I mean, you go into places where you can eat, you see sports on the TV. Sports are everywhere, and just as much so as any sport is college football. You know, it's one of the largest markets, you know, out there today, and it's taken a hit right now with steroids. Steroids are one of the biggest cheats in college football as it is right now. Jan Boxhill, who wrote the book Sports Ethics, says the ethics of taking a steroid and not expecting an opponent to is morally dispensable. Basically, the issue I bring to the table today is that steroid testing needs to be strengthened, and the policy needs to be strengthened. I'd like to explore the effects of steroids with you today. The purpose of a steroid is to strengthen one muscle. It'll make your muscles grow bigger, faster, and stronger. But they don't come without side effects. The side effects for steroids are overwhelming acne, shrinkage of the private area, balding, and bone and joint deterioration, as well as heart complications. Charles DSCN4823, who wrote the book Anabolic Steroids in Sports and Exercise, also highlighted one of the other effects that steroids can have on a person, and that would be roid rage. If you've ever seen anybody with roid rage, it's scary. I knew a couple guys in high school who took steroids, and they'd flip out, and it terrified me, and I'm a big guy. So, but anyways, Charles DSCN4823 says of roid rage, it says it's just an overaggressive and totally irritable person who usually lets their family or friends know about it first. So that's the saddest thing about steroids, is not only do they suffer from all these health effects, they also lose very important and loved relationships with people in their life. But that's for sure not the only person hurt by the issue. Football is a great game, and everybody involved with it, players, coaches, fans, everybody's hurt by the steroid issue. And so long as steroids are involved with football, everybody will be affected. Coaches more so than probably anybody, because coaches week by week, especially in football, look for game plans to beat their opponent and really focus on each team week by week, trying to come up with an idea or a scheme to outmaneuver, outflank them. And when a player uses steroids, they basically slap the coach in the face and say, your scheme's not good enough, I'm going to go around you and, you know, boost myself. Ralph and Michael Sabat, who wrote the book Coaching a Realistic Perspective, say of steroids that it's a coach's greatest concern that a player wouldn't take steroids in an effort to gain an edge or win a championship. It hurts coaches horribly. But it also hurts players. Players are always looking for a way to be the best they can be. And when somebody is using steroids, it boosts them up, and then you've got to meet that standard as well. Every week, you know, we see in every league out there, players compared to other players, and if somebody's taking steroids and another player is not, then he's going to be compared to a guy, whether it's known or not, and that's just not fair to other players, and it may, you know, make them value themselves less than others. And most and foremost, fans. I don't know if anybody in here is a football fan, but we all deserve the best and funnest and cleanest and fairest football out there. With that, I would like to present a solution. And that's quite simply to strengthen the policy. You know, but strengthening the policy wouldn't be the only thing that we'd have to do to fix it. It would be more than just bringing the solution to the table. It would be really pushing it with the NCAA to that policy and, push it towards the sport. So, Clayton Mosher and Scott Axon of Drugs and Drug Policies in Sports say that the current system of testing football players for steroids in the NCAA is prior to a game, which is like 2 days, they'll take 16 to 28 players from each team. That might sound like a lot, but the average college football roster holds 60 players. So you're taking a quarter to half the players on a team and testing them, and you're expecting that the other half are clean. That's to say they don't take 16, which is a quarter. I mean, that could leave 3/4 of a football team using steroids and nobody'd ever know. The best policy that we could extend and push for the NCAA to use would be testing every player. That's the fairest way, that would be the cleanest way, and that would ensure that nobody's taking steroids. Peter Lindley of Sports Scandals says that this is a time of leagues falling behind in testing and leagues. And basically he's saying that with new ideas in science that they're coming out with steroids now that can get around the system, that can probably even pass tests, with them clearly in the system. It really needs to be pushed by us if anything's going to be done. As background of the issue, I hold a story really close to my heart. I had a cousin who I really admired. He played college football. He played Division II, which is a level higher than Division III, which is what Hardin Simmons is. But he was a stud in high school, and he got to college. And, a big, mean, lean guy, and 2 weeks in, he wasn't where he wanted to be, which, you come in as a freshman, and it's a little difficult to come in and play and be dominant. So he took the road of steroids. And, he got bigger, and he got stronger, and, he took the position. And we knew about it. We were really disappointed with him, and his teammates knew about it, and it was a really sad story and all that. But he played with steroids in his system for 2 years before they ever caught him. So that's 2 years worth of honors and 2 years worth of wins for his team before anybody ever knew about it. And, with a stricter policy, we'd be able to catch something like that, We would be able to say, look, you're out, that's not fair. And somebody who was putting in the hard work would get the honors and the wins that they deserve. So, I really